Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a pretty fun video to get into. I have 10 amazing Nintendo Switch games. Some may be a little popular, and some of them you've probably never even heard of. These are all 10 must-play Nintendo Switch games that you definitely need to check out. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. So in this video, please forgive me, I still have a couple more stitches in my mouth. It's still incredibly painful, but I'm going to do the best that I can to get through this video and to describe these games to you so you can check them out, because I gotta be honest, this is a very weird mix-up of games. But they're all must-play games. Some a little newer, some older, and some hidden gems all mixed together. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, it would truly mean the world to me. We are like 60 subscribers or something away from 11,000. That's pretty amazing. And let's go ahead and get right into this video. So the first game we're talking about today is called SIGNALIS. You are searching for dreams inside of a nightmare. Awaken from slumber and explore a surreal, retro tech world as Elster, a technician replica searching for her lost partner and her lost dreams. Discover terrifying secrets, challenging puzzles, and nightmarish creatures in a tense and melancholic experience of cosmic dread and classical psychological survival horror. Experience fear and apprehension as you encounter strange horrors. Carefully manage scarce resources and seek solutions to challenging riddles. Discover an atmospheric science fiction tale of identity, memory, and the terror of the unknown. I'll be honest, horror games normally don't do it for me. Like, I can appreciate them, and I think a couple Resident Evils are pretty cool, but they've never been my cup of tea. This, on the other hand, I can't recommend enough. So if you get the chance, definitely check this one out. Now let's talk about a game called Solar Ash. Set amidst a surreal dreamscape, filled with long abandoned ruins of great civilizations past. You play as Ray, a void runner, determined to stop at nothing to save her planet from falling prey to the Ultra Void's path of eternal hunger. Fight through mobs of grotesque creatures, grind rails and grapple to wild heights, take down enormous bosses, and surf the ashen clouds of shattered, bygone world swallowed by the void. In this highly stylized action adventure unlike no other, will Ray persevere? Will she learn the truth about these massive beasts that roam the strange land and uncover the mysteries of the Starseed and Echo? The answer to these questions and more awaits you in the Ultra Void. I mean, you see this game, right? You see the gameplay, you see the visuals. Do I really need to say more here? Now let's talk about Ghostrunner. Ghostrunner is a hardcore slasher packed with lightning-fast action, set in a grim, cyberpunk megastructure. Climb Dharma Tower, humanity's last shelter. After a world-ending catalysm, confront the tyrannical Keymaster and take your revenge. The streets of this tower city are full of violence. As the most advanced blade fighter ever created, you're always outnumbered but never outclassed. Slice your enemies with a katana, dodge bullets with your superhuman reflexes, and employ a variety of specialized techniques to prevail. You have one-hit, one-kill mechanics that make combat fast and intense. Use your superior mobility to engage in a never-ending dance with death fearlessly. So I don't know how long this game has actually been on the Switch, but I know Ghostrunner is a beloved game. I just never got a chance to play it. I picked this up maybe last week on an eShop sale for like $6, and I've been playing it every day. It's incredibly difficult, but incredibly rewarding. I don't know how it runs on other consoles. I have to assume better, we have to call a spade here. But I'm having absolutely no issues on the Switch whatsoever. In my opinion, it looks great, it plays great, it's highly addicting, and you should check it out. Now let's talk about a game called Ashen. Ashen is an open world, co-op action RPG about a wanderer in search of a place to call home. Ashen is faithful to the Souls genre of stamina-based combat, introducing players to a punishing, yet satisfying vast world. But there is a twist. No two gameplay experiences are alike. Whether you're exploring bogs, investigating, or pillaging an old palace, where you're at any given moment will dramatically alter the course of your adventure. It's a brutal open world. You're just living in it. Ashen also has no shortage of dangerous encounters, from hostile enemies to indigenous creatures. As you discover survivors, you'll have the chance to invite them to your town. But these aren't mere adventurers, they're potential collaborators, bringing a plethora of crafting skills, from blacksmithing to foraging expertise, all in tow. So if you're looking for something a little different, but also something that's a little familiar, something that's also hidden gem, but shouldn't be because everybody should experience this? Well, then look no further than Ashen. The next game we're talking about today is Darksiders Genesis. So I think all of the Darksiders games are on the Switch. I believe there's maybe 4 of them. This is actually a prequel to the first game, but I believe this is the third game. From the dawn of creation, the Council has maintained the balance across existence. Carrying out their orders are the Horsemen, who have pledged themselves to the Council and been granted immense power. However, this power came at a tragic cost. The Horsemen were ordered to use their newfound strength to wipe out the rest of their kind. What followed was a bloody battle on Eden where the Horsemen, obeying the will of the Councilmen, annihilated everything. Still reeling from the events on Eden, War and Strife have been given a new assignment. A deceptive demon king who has been plotting to upset the balance by granting power to master demons throughout hell. So the Darksiders series actually runs incredibly well on the Switch somehow. For some reason these games fly under the radar, but a cool thing is they're always on sale, like every single eShop sale, and I'd argue that all of them are must-play games, but this is a prequel to the first one, so this is how you would start in chronological order, so definitely check this out. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion is the HD remaster version of the smash hit prequel to Final Fantasy VII. In addition to all graphics being remastered in HD, fully voiced dialogue and new soundtrack arrangements make for a dynamic retelling of a beloved classic. The story follows Zack Fair, a young warrior admired by the boy, destined to save the world, trusted by men renowned as heroes of legend, and loved by a girl who holds the fate of the planet in her hands. The tale of Zack's dreams and honor, the legacy that connects him to Cloud, is revealed in full in this grand saga that has broken the limits of an HD remaster. So the game that I'm currently playing on my PS5 is Final Fantasy VII Remake. And it's been a while since I played a Final Fantasy game. Playing it reminds me of the magic that's there. I don't know how they created this whole Final Fantasy universe, but they are some of the most special games of all time. But regardless, I feel like a lot of people don't even know this is on the Switch, and it runs and looks amazing. So definitely check this one out. The next game we're talking about today is called Ember Knights. In this fast-paced action roguelite, play as Ember Knights, the last spark of hope of a universe in turmoil. Praxis, the mad sorcerer, has siphoned life out of the Ember Tree and fled through 4 prime worlds, spreading corruption in his path. Playing solo or local co-op up to 4 players, use powerful weapons and skills to hack and slash deadly hordes, defeat epic bosses, free the decaying prime worlds, and restore energy to the Ember Tree. Legendary warriors, the Ember Knights, are skilled in the wielding of 6 weapons each with its own modification system. However, the sword doesn't make the knight. Through action-packed combat rooms, you'll need to chain your attacks and perfectly time your swings to unleash fiery attacks. With 6 distinct weapons, 9 modifications per weapon, 17 skills and 85 relics, there are hundreds of deadly builds to create. From a fire-spreading scythe wielder, to a relentless damage-resistant spellcaster, to a poison-spreading archer with summons. Forge your own builds during your runs. The real challenge of the legendary knights will lie in the epic bosses and their corrupted variations. It's just a fun game. It looks cool, the gameplay is tight and fluid and fast, and you get to kill a bunch of enemies. So yeah, check this one out. The next game we're talking about today is called Mighty Goose. Assume the role of Mighty Goose and bring the fight to the Void King. This galaxy-conquering monarch commands a vast army of minions and mechanized monsters. Dealing with these baddies means traveling to distant worlds and facing all kinds of dangers. But not to worry, this is no problem for the legendary Mighty Goose. Mighty Goose is a fast-paced, run-and-gun shooter, starring a bounty hunter Goose. Use epic weapons and devastating war machines to battle against screen-filling bosses and hordes of enemies. Apart from that solid arcade formula, the game has a ton of crazy weapons, companions, upgrades, and secrets for you to discover. Again, this is one of those games where I'm like, do I really need to describe more here? You're a goose. You're also mighty. You also have weapons. Have you never seen a goose attack somebody before? Yeah, it's always funny 10 out of 10 times. The next game we're talking about today is The Binding of Isaac, Afterbirth Plus. Isaac has discovered a labyrinth beneath his own house. Can he survive the physical challenges and psychological trials of the world he never made? The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus is a dungeon-crawling shoot-'em-up that's literally a different game each and every time you play it. The randomly generated maps are built with over 11,000 unique room configurations, each populated with a nearly endless variety of enemies, items, challenges, and secrets. In this game, there's over 600 different items to collect, 13 unique playable characters, more than 180 individual enemy types, 90 plus terrifying deadly bosses, multiple difficulty settings and game modes, and a bunch more secrets. I believe this came out in the very first month of the Nintendo Switch, and I remember everybody was going crazy about it. And then over time it kind of phased out a little bit, and I think everybody forgot about this game, or a lot of people don't even know about it. So I thought I would highlight it in this video. Definitely check this one out. And the last game we're talking about today is called The Messenger. As a demon army besieges his village, a young ninja ventures through a cursed world to deliver a scroll paramount to his clan's survival. What begins as a classic action platformer soon unravels into an expansive time-traveling adventure full of thrills, surprises, and humor. In this game there's dynamic, acrobatic gameplay, and ultra-tight controls worthy of an epic ninja adventure. There's character upgrades, new abilities, hidden levels, and branching paths to discover. This game is filled with a memorable cast of offbeat villains, bosses, and associates. And it has an original soundtrack, so, that's awesome. So I've heard this game described a couple of different ways before, and one time somebody told me it was basically a parody of the old Shinobi games. And yeah, I can see where they're coming from, but I think this game is something else entirely. So if you want to play something that's fun and a little different, but something that's also pretty nostalgic, then definitely check out The Messenger. I don't know how long this video is, probably 15 minutes, 12 minutes, something like that. This video just took me almost 40 minutes to record because my upstairs neighbors are so freaking loud. Not only that, I keep slurring my words so much because of these stitches in my mouth. So I hope that this video turned out decent. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you found a game that you didn't know about that you should check out and that you might want to play. In the comments below, as always, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you could. We're growing on both platforms and that's really cool that we're becoming like a real community. And you guys know me, I'll see you soon with a new video. Peace out.